Hi, I'm Denise Medved, and I'm the creator and founder of the Ageless Grace Brain Health Program. And one of the things that this program does consistently through all 21 of the tools or exercises that we practice in Ageless Grace is it stimulates and activates the 5 primary functions of the brain. And what are those? Well, I could give you the long names, but they're not that easy to remember. So we've created an acronym to make it easier. SMACK, S-M-A-C-K, the sound of neurons or brain cells firing. They make a smacking, cracking, popping sound. And that stands for S is strategic planning. The way that you would strategically get from point A to B to C to D. And I don't mean following a map, I mean physically with your body. How would I get out of my chair and put one foot forward and then step to the right and go toward the front door? That's strategic planning, where it engages the physical body as well as the brain. Next is memory and recall. And believe it or not, memory is actually a physical experience. It has to do with the sensations and the senses of the body. So we're actually recalling an experience that we have had from our memory. It might be something visual, it might be a taste, it might be a sound, it might be a fact that we read on the 3rd paragraph of the right-hand page of our history book. Whatever it might be, it was a physical experience that we had. Now, recall is slightly different, even though it's the same function of the brain, memory and recall, but it's recalling what you know about a physical activity. So for example, I've never played the trombone in my life. I've never even held a trombone. But if I thought to myself, how would I play a trombone? I would hold it to my mouth and I would slide the slide and I would blow. So I have a recall from having seen it or observed it or read about it or watched it happen in a band somewhere. And that recall is the same function of the brain that has to do with memory, the memory of a physical experience you've had or that you can recall. The next one is called analytical thinking. And analytical thinking is to be able to analyze or understand all the parts or components of a physical activity. So, for example, baseball. What are the parts or components? Well, I could hold the bat, and I could be at bat, and I could be a batter. I could hit the bat, in which case I would need to run. I could be the pitcher. I could slide in home. I could be a fielder or a first baseman. I could be a cheerleader in the stands, right, cheering for my favorite team. So all of those are different parts or components of the activity that we call baseball. The next one is called creativity and imagination. Now, creativity can be painting or drawing or taking a beautiful photograph, but I'm really talking again about creativity as it relates to the body and brain having a conversation with each other and how the brain helps with the movement. So creativity is doing something new to you that you've never done before, or doing something that you've done before in a new and different way. So a simple example would be, I usually brush my teeth with this hand. If I switched it and brushed with this hand, not only would I be creative, I would also be firing neurons because my brain would be saying, that's different, that's new. I haven't done that either before at all or not very often. So now it's firing neurons because of that new activity. Now, imagination, again, is similar to creativity. However, it's a little different. Imagination literally means seeing an image in your mind of what you're about to do or what you just did or what you'd like to do. So I actually, and you do too, see things before I do them. I think, oh, I'm going to take a walk down the driveway and I'm going to go to the mailbox. And I have a little image in my mind of myself walking down the driveway and going to the mailbox. And then I do it. So we are always imagining what it is we're about to do. And it's been proven through research that imagination and physical activity actually light up the same parts of the brain. So doing the walk down the driveway to the mailbox and imagining it, in fact, show me the same parts of the brain light up at the same time. And we're doing both in Ageless Grace. imagining and acting it out. The last one's kinesthetic learning. It's how you learned everything from the time you were born until you were about late teens at least. You learned it through your body first, and your brain observed what you were doing and made you more efficient at that activity when you repeated it. You did not take a course in how to walk. You just watched your parents or your siblings, or you wanted to get to the other side of the room, and you did it, and then your brain engaged and said, oh, let's try that again. I think we can do it better the next time. Same thing. You didn't learn or take a course to ride a bicycle. You probably observed your siblings or your parents, but you tried it, and once you tried it, that kinesthetic learning, or learning through the body first, took place. So those 5 things, SMACK, are what we are doing in Ageless Grace. All 21 tools stimulate those 5 functions of the brain and make you have a healthy brain, because all of your brain is lighting up, not just 1 or 2 functions, but all of it. And that is what delays, prevents cognitive decline.